you a follow-on question? One thing, obviously, we're looking at recruiting new members and growing that out. And we know that the RAN members outperform on that, average agents, because we see all the stats day in, day out and everything else there. What we often see, though, when we're trying to get people who haven't, been members of RAN before, is they're like, and obviously we're only targeting the best, and they'll say, look, we have fantastic market share already. We're a great agent. Why do we need, something like RAN? How would you respond to that? Is it a fee defender? Is it just you can always have more market share? What do you think is what do you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily look at it like that. I mean, again, we had strong market share at the time, particularly in Bracknell. Our Ascot office is a new one, but that's really been to digress slightly, but that's been a huge benefit for us, because particularly in that area, we've been going up against a lot of the big names, international names that people will go to have the kudos of having that board out the front and so on. So again, to be able to talk about RAN and the London buyers and so on there as well. But in Bracknell, where we are very much, one of the market leaders, it was just another string to our bow. So again, as I said earlier, to be able to overcome that objection where a couple of our leading rivals were going in, who are larger than us, to be able to overcome that. We are, very protective over our fees, and it's definitely helped, as I say, to kind of back that up, that the value that we can give to the client, this is what we do. So, I think it more, as I say, more than again pays for itself.
I think that's a really important point, isn't it? You get in what you take out, and obviously,
absolutely.
As we've taken over, actually, we've been identifying, why do some people have, these enormous pipelines and their single offices and then larger ones there. And it's really that kind of, you need to get engaged with this. And I think in this, what I find interesting is I can't see a time that actually a network like RAN, it's so important, because in this increasingly digital age, to have that, that more personal touch and that those local connections is increasingly important.
I think it's very important. I think what we found, the benefits of actually who we work with nearby. So if you like, our regional, partners now, and we've built up some really good relationships with them, actually helping each other out, particularly at valuation stage. We've got someone that's moving 5, 10, 15 miles down the road that they can help out with their search. But as you say, it's kind of that wider reach as well that we do have. But I think it's incredibly important. And our guys, when we first did it, we had a handful of our team that were very familiar with RAN, because of previous companies, they'd had it. But everyone basically bought into it. We found it just was not a hard sell. Everyone got it, and I think that attributed to a lot of our success in the early days. So wasn't the greatest year from our point of view to win it, because unfortunately there was no glitz, but we won Agent of the Year in 2020. So we'd only been a RAN member for just over a full year, but we really got behind it, hit our referral league, did everything that we needed to do in order to get that, and that gave the guys an even bigger boost as well.
Well, I could feel your pain. As a Liverpool fan, we won the league for the first time in 30 years, and I didn't get to go and see it. So, I do feel that. But I think that was
slightly different now.
Yeah. What's really interesting there, though, Nick, is actually as well, it shows that, there's a perception that it's the same old names, and there's some, it runs in its 30th year, as you'll well know, this year. But actually, those businesses that can join up can hit the floor running if they go at it in the right way.
Absolutely, and we are, I believe, a really good example of that, because you say, totally from a cold start, we built it up in what was a reasonably buoyant market, but certainly pre-COVID market. So we had still had our challenges and all the rest of it, but if you get behind it, there's it's the opportunity there, and I don't see it necessarily as a massive sort of money maker. We make some great revenue from it; it more than pays for itself. But I think it's the other bits that we get from it, as I say, in terms of what it does, the positives it does for our profile, the fact that it's something else that the guys have got in their tool bag when they're going out and they're pitching, what we actually get from it, as you say, you're right, you get out what you put in.